Hello. What's that?
It's an alicorn.
Alicorn. What's an alicorn?
They're very powerful ponies with a horn and a pair of big wings, and they have so much magic as well.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's cool.
That was the furthest I could remember when I picked up on drawing. I definitely wasn't consistent with it, but I would be one of those typical art kids where suddenly nearly all my notebooks that are dedicated to each subject would soon have doodles and random sketches on most pages and such. But it came with a downside. I'd get scolded in class by teachers for not paying attention, or by my parents for wasting papers that are only meant for schoolwork and assignments. I mean, they're not exactly wrong, or entirely wrong, but drawing in my class actually made me feel a bit more relaxed and less worried of having my brain overflowed with constant information. Sometimes I'd even draw stuff that is related to the topic, and I'd use them as like figures and graphics to help me visualize better whatever I was digesting from the lessons and topics given by the teachers. With most periods boring me because I would usually understand things a lot better with colorful visual aid, with or without animations on them as well, rather than just hearing things all by ear. Later at the house, I'd draw to even rewind and just have my own little me time watching storytime artists like Domix, Jaden Animations, Alex's Corner, Sugar, Emirichu, Sultan Sketches, Yoontoons, Odds One Out, and a lot more that I have in my subscription list. Outside of the art media, I'd be watching PewDiePie's Amnesia era, DanTDM's Minecraft mods and Happy Wheel series, Markiplier's and Jacksepticeye Eye's FNAF gameplays, and many more. That suddenly, these creators not only fueled my passion for drawing, it became a break from the desk full of papers of homeworks to do.
Hello, I'm Milo. Gotta say that Undertale shirt is cool.
Oh, thanks. My name is Chili.
Are you finding your section too?
Yeah, mine's section powder. Yours?
Awesome, that's mine too. What you drawing?
Oh, just random stuff. Program isn't too enticing.
Hmm, fair. Hey, I want to see more of your art later on, okay? My friend Ian is coming. I'll introduce you to him.
Yeah, come join us.
Making my first friend in high school made the experience vast as I felt appreciated and looked up on when I was just doodling random things that time in the assembly, not only complimenting my very unfashionable fit, but wanting to see what other stuff I drew was remarkable to me. This was the same time period of my enthusiasm for Undertale, developed by Toby Fox, and my then dead devotion to media of animation memes and YouTube. I made very few animation memes around 2018 to 2019. I still have some of them private in my channel, while the rest got deleted sadly. Looking back at it, it's quite cringe and I was like 12 at that time, but it nostalgically reminds me of my roots and my undying ambition to create something colorful and moving, you know? It was a crazy rabbit hole I got myself into being an active fan of the art community. Not way too active, but I was there here and there, you know. And I stumbled upon getting into DeviantArt, where I posted my Undertale fan art of Kara being in the outskirts of Snowdon, joining the Undertale and anime groups such as the Spaces in Amino with Frisk as a profile picture and typing biographies and stuff. And with Wattpad, I wouldn't entirely make fan fictions there, but also make an art book to showcase some of my traditional and digital artworks too. Later on, I'd meet other talented students in my batch within the creative space too. High school became an opportunity for me to participate in a few art contests like our annual banner making contest, social poster making contest, and even aid in certain events to help make cutout crafts for masses or backdrops and stuff. Clubs are mandatory in the university once we enter freshman, and the majority of you would think that I've joined the art club. I actually didn't. Initially, I wanted to join the Rebuff Club, which is a sport group dedicated to, well, sports, and students who want to be athletic or are already athletic. This is also where university or campus varsities will be in, as they represent the university to compete against other schools. You know, your school's MVP and such. So I didn't join the music ensemble club despite having some surface niche on music media and a few instruments. Didn't get into the art club either, not even the Sea Scouts or the journalism community. So where did I go? Well, the University Film Club.
Alright, so tell me about yourself.
7th grade from Section Powder. I do art, music, and I enjoy indulging into animated films such as fiction, action, and or fantasy.
Not bad. What's your favorite film and why?
Chronicles of Narnia showed me a whole fictional world of magic, beliefs, and the will of doing things right in any way. It's a childhood movie of mine with 3 separate arcs.
Very nice. Alright then, welcome to the club.
Don't be fooled by the name, as we don't direct or make films there at all. Instead, the club dedicates the passion of moving pictures, short and long form media, artistic visuals of sound effects, CGI, and overall movie production and plot appreciation. So to make it simple, we watch films and immerse ourselves like being a Marvel fan in theaters, depending if you'd find the movie catching or not. After the film viewing, everyone including myself would need to submit an essay that answers specified questions crafted by our beloved club moderator or the club officers. That's pretty much the cycle of the club every other Friday, so twice a month, club periods prior to dismissal would occur. We've watched a few films like Animal Kingdom, Le Petit Prince, Song of the Sea, Breadwinner, The Cat Returns, Wolf Children, Pursuit of Happiness, and a lot more. As we never focus on a specific genre, we explore them. I joined the club not for the very cool way to rewind as the weekday would end, but it's the impeccable influence I believe would inspire me more to appreciate any type of creative work made by hand. As much as I wished the club would one day get a hold of creating films or direct one, however, my attempt to propose that project to happen would diminish as 9th grade came to a close. The school year had to end a month or 2 early due to the announcement of the pandemic, which is quite upsetting and very scary, as my club president looked forward to me taking her place once she graduates junior high. Though I doubt it would never be done at all in regards to the proposal I wanted to make, as it would probably take a lot of paperwork, approval by the moderator, and the rest for campus regulations to follow. Moving on, I want to go back a bit that I mentioned about getting into contests like the annual banner making and occasional poster making contests. Joining them was a life-changing experience. Like seriously, it's a teamwork kind of thing. As someone who usually enjoys and prefers working alone, being a one-man army, having to coordinate, dictate, or even settle things on a much larger scale or group would make me anxious, as I am not so fond of trying to relay my idea without having the fear of it being rejected or plainly ignored and such. But thankfully, I have a pretty decent and solid team. One of them was my former high school best friend, who we'll call Jessie. She's very much open to the theatrical or musical plays like Heather and Hamilton, as it was quite a hit for enthusiasts back then, with You'll Be Back being one of my favorite musical parts of Hamilton. Coming around to the poster making contest, I don't really join those, as most of the students there prefer to use oil pastels, and I myself didn't have the skill to blend in colors with the use of cotton, sponge, and other ways to do oil pastel art. I was only good when it came to pentel pen curves and lines and some colored pencil shading. I began to be less active on these particular activities because of the pandemic that had happened, as I developed academic laziness and pressure, knowing that it was difficult managing my time. Anywho, it was around the same period during the pandemic where I got to start making or getting myself a social media account like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Because my entire life prior to that, I only had YouTube and my email with me. I had amazing online friends and acquaintances and former schoolmates who are artists and do commissions back then. which helped me, and they provided me advice about sharing stuff into the media as well. Not only I was getting myself fused into the whole digital art world, I was also trying to hone my skills in making fiction or fantasy stories. So moving forward to the present, here I am, now taking the art full stride to put myself out here and share my works and future stuff too, while constantly relearning things and replacing old habits to repurpose my way of gatekeeping my art. And so that concludes the early days to a little bit of a side quest as to what I got myself into with art in my life. I hope this video brought some nice insights and a form of ignition of maybe reminding you guys of the ups and downs you go through out of the unconditional love you have for your hobbies. Not just art alone, whatever it may be, just remember to take breaks every now and then, as burnout puts a huge toll on our mental health. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed watching just as much as I enjoyed making this. Don't forget to stay hydrated, take your vitamins, or give yourself some nice sunlight or moon bath prior to sleep. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. And a video.